Hello, Troy A, Shadow Wingtronics, taking part in Art Soundoff. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. Figured nobody would watch, so I didn't record. And before I begin, I want to apologize that I have to do this way. I tried running Cam Studio, I tried Root, and it wouldn't compress correctly when I tried to do a long enough video. I tried using FF Split, and it wouldn't start up. Tried using Screen Share, and nothing happened with Google Hangouts. So I just said the heck with it. I'm just going to do it like this, just so I can get this thing done. I can show you guys these things. So let's go to the right program. So there are a few tools in Clip Studio Paint that I use a lot. Now I didn't use one of my comics to showcase this because Jake and Leon really doesn't use one of these tools in particular. And actually, since I started doing them visually, a number of these tools aren't used anymore. So this is a scan from a He-Man newspaper comic strip from the Dark Horse collection. The artist on this is Gerald Fulton, and he's really quite good. As you can see here, is this Skeletor and Whiplash. They're supposed to be down in the bowels of Snake Mountain. So, I want to showcase just a few things that I do with coloring, and this was the best way to do it. And I'm going to actually close up on Skeletor here, because I think this is the panel that I did this best on in the final product, and I'll show you that at the end. So, first thing I like to do is, if I'm using Soundoff like this, convert brightness to opacity, and there we go. I scan this, I believe, in grayscale. I'm using a different program because I don't know about EX, but Pro does not let you scan directly into the software, so I got to go to this external software that I use. I use my photo editor, which is PaintShop Photo Pro. And I don't know I'm not exactly sure what you guys can see. But if you go over here to the to your layers, there is a thing here that says set as reference layer. So set this as the reference layer. That will be very important for pretty much the rest of the process. Reference layers let me speed up the coloring because, well, you'll see why. So what I want to do is make this a separate frame just because it will make things easier in the long run. Oops. Crap. Come on. Let me just create the frame. So now every coloring I do will just be in this frame. This is a tool that everybody's already pretty aware of. I need to go and get the right colors. So now with this place, I click the operation tool. I want to make this smaller because I don't need a box this big. I want to work off the box that's there. So 0.01 will be fine because I want to work with the box that's actually here rather than create my own layer. So I'll use these little points here to try to shape the box here. Now, one thing that it's over on the navigator. Let me move this over here. So you get a better shot of what I'm doing with it. With the navigator. I know it's not the best quality. Again, I apologize. But you can take the navigator, move it around, and move the page around. But if you just click the spot in the navigator, it'll go right into that spot. So that's a very useful thing they do in Navigate. Nobody ever points that out. I guess nobody really thinks about it. Now, with the frame made, and this needs to be the top layer for this to look right. And every time you make a new layer, it starts it at the top. And more often than not, I really wish it would do it on the bottom. If somebody knows how to do that, please let me know. I'm going to create a raster layer. Make sure it's in the frame. Okay, it is. Yep. Okay, so now I got my color selected that I want to have for Skeletor's face, because that's color I need to track down. Now, with the line art as set as a reference layer, if the fill is set to refer only editing layer, look how fast that is. I've seen, and I don't understand why this is done digitally, when I see people flatting, I actually see them taking and using not the final color that they're going to use, and then they'll go through later and add in the color they want in the particular spot. And I don't know why they don't. Maybe somebody can explain that too. I don't know why they don't just go ahead and use the actual color that they want to use flatting, and then add in the shadows and highlights later. But they also will shadow differently. Let me just finish this up here. Not really going to be all that. I'm just showcasing the tool here. So again, I can hit fill and fill stuff in, and then I can go through with the eraser and the brush and clean up. So these a little more clean up on the left, and taking the stuff that the gaps are too big for even the close gap tool to really be able to do anything with. And I can do the same here for Skeletor's blue skin. And that's I didn't want. I did this last time too. It looks like it's part of his hand, but it isn't. It's part of the book that he's holding. So let me clean this up. I'm not really trying to put the total effort into it, because this isn't really what I want to show you. I just need to get this set up and show you a few tricks along the way. Let's see, what color did I use for the book? I think I used red muddy. Might not be the right color, but it will work for my needs. And then for this, I would use the brush to fix the just so it looks okay. And then, of course, going pure white, I would do the word balloon. This is helpful if you're one of those people who like to use different color balloons for special kinds of characters. Like maybe you wanted to make this red or something for Skeletor for whatever reason, to demonstrate his evilness or whatever. So that's in there. Then I can make another layer. No, new layer, raster. Yeah. I might name it if I wanted to, but I don't for this demonstration. I'm not keeping it or anything. All I did there was just select the color for the background because they're underneath Snake Mountain, and click fill. Now, here comes the tool that I don't see anybody talking about, and they really should, because it's, to me at least, it's a lot easier than going through and selecting the color, trying to get a darker shade, and then putting that shade in. Watch this neat trick. I am added a new raster layer. Then I'm going to select. Here's something confusing. With the fill tool, refer only editing layer means the reference layer. With the selection tool, editing layer means the layer that you only select the layer you're on. I don't know what another layer is, and then reference layer is for the reference layer. That's kind of confusing. But because the reference layer has a little too much artifact on it, probably from the shading that Fulton did in the actual art piece, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to use the color layer and just select Skeletor's face. And then I'm going to go to my shadow layer, go to my airbrush, and from airbrush select shadow. Now by selecting, right-clicking to select the color I already have for Skeletor, I don't know how well this is going to come out for you guys, but yeah, trouble with this. Is I can paint anywhere and just get the edges here, and you can see that's let me do that. I can do that better. You can see, I think you can, if this thing would work right, it's shadowing. This would be so much better if I could actually do a proper screen capture, but every attempt failed. But I can do. So now it's got a shadow, and all I had to do was just keep it the color that I'm putting the shadow over. And again, let me deselect this and just select. I did it again. So just select Skeletor's hand, go back to the shadow layer, go back to the shadow tool under airbrush, select color Skeletor's hand. I gotta figure out why that's happening. Let's see. I need the bigger here. It's coming in a little darker than I wanted, but you know, for if that's no. If I change the brush density, will that help? That's a little better. Let me drop it down even further. Let me drop it down to 12. You do kind of have to mess with the tool still based on whatever you're working on here in order to get the right level of shading that you want, but end result's pretty good. Now also in the airbrushes is highlight. So I can take this and let me just select Skeletor's color again. And select the airbrush again. Now it's on highlight. And now it represents, if I can get it to work, and doesn't want to now. Everything's set the way I want it to, but you can kind of see it here anyways. Did that 3 not get selected or something? No. I don't know why it's not showing up here, but here you can see. I need to bring another layer, maybe? That's odd. Well, you can still see it here anyway. It's adding in the light shading for some kind of lighting effect. And I don't know why this is not working over here. Why is this? What is this? What am I doing wrong here? Continuous, maybe select continuous spraying. Is that no? I don't understand why it's. Not changing this line length either. Okay, for some reason I'm having brush size. That's what I want. Nope. Well, this is annoying. It should be highlighting the daylights out of this. And it's not doing anything. Did I do something wrong? No. I swear this was working. Of course, it's not always the way. It works until you actually go to use it. Something I gotta do here? No, that's not doing anything either. Okay. Okay, so I don't know why it's not working. It worked here. So you got an idea of what it's supposed to be doing. I don't know why it's not doing it now. Because it was doing it when I went to work on this thing before. And I was getting some nice glowing effects. And I was going to demonstrate that. Now I can't because for some reason it won't work. As usual. When you actually go to do something. This no. Still not doing it. Something must have been turned off because the highlight thing now is not working whatsoever. I don't understand. It was working. I mean, you saw it working here. Is it your fault? Save recovery information always comes up at the worst possible times. Nope, not you. The shadow tool still working? Shadow tool's working. Why isn't the highlight? It was working. I wanted to demonstrate the other things I could do. Well, I can't demonstrate it. See, it's like something is trying not to make this work right. But anyway, I didn't use the highlight tool on this, but here's how the whole page looked when I was done. So, there you go. Best I can show you. Everything falling apart. Story of my life. But, so play with the shadow tool, play with the highlight tool, see if you can get it to work, even though I can't. And if you want to see the final panel plus the review of the newspaper storyline that I did, you can go to bwspotlight.com. If you want to see what other people in the Art Soundoff Challenge are talking about, go to Twitter and do a search for the hashtag ArtSoundoff. And if you'd like to join us, check out artsoundoff.com and it'll tell you how to set that all up. I didn't show you exactly the way I wanted to, but at least I finally got something. So until next time, I wish you all happy creating.